Alright guys, today we're going to go over the differences that I found between the Recon LED tail lights, the Spyder LED tail lights available on stuff like Amazon and eBay, as well as just our factory stock tail lights off of a 3rd generation Dodge Ram. Starting out, exterior, obviously stock lights were all incandescent bulbs. I don't remember which was which, but one was brake, one was turn signal, both were running lights, and then your reverse lights on both the Spyder and the Recon. You've got a brake light coming on the inside of the tail light, turn signals on the outside, reverse at the bottom, and then running light, the entire light will light up. That is the same on both. For the price we pay for Recons, I was kind of disappointed in the fact that there are no reverse bulbs that come with it. Spyder, they do not come with it as well. What I did was just hop on good old Amazon and found a 3157 bulb, I believe it was, just a LED that are actually super bright. I've got tinted windows and can actually see at night. So differences in the outside of them. One thing you'll see here, or hopefully be able to see, is if we look at the actual LEDs themselves. This is the Spyder. They're kind of just a round basic LED. As we get to the Recon, it's more of like a rectangular shape LED, so a little different style there. I don't see too much difference as far as brightness between the two, but that's just one difference that I saw. Moving on to the back side, one of the key differences and the biggest problem I had with the Spyder lights was this electrical connector. If we can kind of zoom in here, you'll see that they're very thin plugs that are in there. When we go to our factory style light here, or factory light, these plugs were much thicker. So one of the issues I was having was any sort of vibration. If I live down a gravel road where I'm hitting potholes, something like that, I was actually losing connection with either the turn signal, the brake light, or a running light, or the entire light in general. And I was having to uninstall the light, pretty much jiggle connections in between here to get everything to work back, and never could get a solid connection through there. I was always getting a light out indicator. On the Recon light, you'll see we do use a little thicker gauge wire as far as what's going to everything, but we do retain the thicker style plugs that are kind of mimic the factory. So it's kind of hard, I guess, to see in the video, but they are thicker, more comparable to what came in the light from the factory. On the back side of your lights, here we've got a lens, PMMA, some other description type stuff, then made in Taiwan. On our Spyder, we have the exact same markings, made in China, however. And then this has King tie-in in there versus Recon has their own. What I found though is all the mold markings themselves, everything else is the exact same pretty much on these lights. Each of them's going to say 12 volt LED, green, red on the sides. They've got the exact same mold markings on the side of them. A little bit different where the lights are coming in. They do seal behind here versus open screws on the Spyder. This has got some sort of sealant, although it's sealed in plastic here. So very, very, very similar design. I will say, kind of looking at it, I think the plug cap, and that maybe my eye is playing tricks on me, looks to be a little thicker than what they are on the Spyder. I'll tell you what, I'm going to grab a set of mics here real quick. Alright, so on our Spyder, if I can get the thickest one, here, 0.2745 inches. On our Recon, 0.275, so they are the same thickness. I don't think there is any difference there. Just to compare on our stock ones, we are 2.69 on our stock ones. So no real difference there. I did have a little bit of trouble initially with the Spyder lights wanting to pull out of the housings themselves where these kind of push in. What I did was actually bend the mounting tabs on the vehicle a little bit. Initial issues I had on the Spyder, I had a couple LEDs that were out on the first set that I got. Second set got shipped in. Again, I had a couple of LEDs out. This is actually the third set that I had that finally all the LEDs were lit. The reason I was uninstalling them again was just the issues with the electrical clips. Mounting clips, these are held in place with some very long, I won't say very long, but some 1-inch screws. And the biggest problem I had was, I don't know if it's the design of the tabs or the angle at which they're installed at on the vehicle, but I could never get these guys to screw in and hold tight. On the Recon ones, I found that the tabs that are on here are a little different design, more similar to stock. They do give you some longer 1-inch Phillips mounting screws, but they do seem to bite a lot better and kind of retain that grip. So that's kind of my side-by-side comparison between the Spyder LED taillights and the Recon LED taillights. What I'll do is get these popped in place. We'll do a little side-by-side comparison showing the Spyder versus the Recon on brightness and functionality. So what I'm going to do now is just give an overview of light functions. We have brake lights, running lights, turn signals, and turn signals with brakes. And that is the Recon on the left-hand side, the Spyder on the right-hand side. So not much as far as differences between the two. Both seem to give about the same amount of light, same function, same design. Alright, first step on the installation is you're going to need a T25 Torx bit, and you're going to remove the 2 screws that sit inside of the housing. After that, kind of pry backwards. They're in a rubber grommet. And then you've got a wiring harness that you're going to disconnect, pull this red tab out, and that'll pull straight out. Installation of the new light is the exact opposite and super easy. We did install our reverse light. Be sure you do that because there is no reverse light that is included. Next thing we're going to do is take our harness, go ahead and plug that in. And then you can go ahead and pop that in. Once you've got the light popped in, you're going to use the hardware supplied by Recon. And that's just a regular Phillips head.